I don't even know what is up with the energy today. I swear to God, this seems like madness. So crazy. Oh yeah, I've been out working in the yard, so if I look a mess, then, whatever. Um, for one thing, well, I have a couple different things I want to talk about. But for one thing, Estella was up all fucking night. She's so uncomfortable. She can barely walk. She's having the worst time. I don't even know. I probably won't even be able to go visit people because everybody has so many stairs. And so, and, I am just, I'm so fucking disgusted with people who can't look into shit. Swear to God, come on. This is fucking nonsense. Trying to tell somebody something, and the way they see it is so opposite of what it is. It's weird, man. I mean, complete opposite. It is like they are looking in the mirror and seeing the opposite, and only they think that's the real image. It's like, oh my God. Seriously, were we all this brainwashed? It's fucking bizarre. So fucking bizarre. Sorry, but I just had a conversation with somebody, and it ended with, they are not going to have this conversation again. Like, no, those cubes, those people that wear uniform, that's good. They should be fired. They're horrible. We should be putting immigrants up. We should be housing them. Who cares if they've got these things or these things? Who cares about that? Just because everybody else has to, just because our taxes are paying for their stuff. Well, people in our own country are starving in the streets, who cares? Why would you even question that? That makes total sense. Makes sense why they would give them 15,000, 20,000. I mean, that makes sense. I don't know in what world it makes sense. Doesn't make fucking sense in my world. But, I live in the one where you use logic, not fake science. So, and, but I did have some magic happen that this week. It was, I can't even believe how, there's been a bunch of stuff in my own personal life that has been crazy. But on this one, so on my fence out front, I had built, and I had this old brass bed frame, and I went out and I put it by my garden, and I built these these raised beds, and then it has these bed frames. Well, I just had two, but I kept picturing the whole thing lined with all these different bed frames, and so I kept seeing it that way. And when I would go to the thrift store or wherever, I would always be looking for these bed frames. Anyways, the other day, one of my friends texts me and says, do you want some more bed frames? And I was like, yeah, sure. And she goes, okay, I saw a bunch for free in Bellingham. And I said, oh, if you're in Bellingham, grab them. Yeah, that'd be excellent. And so she said, okay, well, I'll be over at your house in a bit. And so they came. Oh my gosh, three bed frames, all so cool looking. They totally match the one I have. It's made this coolest fence now. Oh my God. And fucking magic, I'm telling you. I kept picturing what I wanted. I didn't know how it would get there. And I looked when I would go places, and I hadn't found any of them. But for somebody to just show up at your house and drop them off, that was like the day that I walked out and there was a dresser at the end of my driveway. I was like, what the hell? There is magic. You just have to believe and trust, and I really think it takes something about seeing what's real, and yesterday I was listening to David Rodriguez, and he might have been live, or maybe he was, well, when he goes live, when you watch the recording, he still is talking to these people who are live. And there's so many people who are so negative and like attacking him, attacking Charlie, I guess attacking Mel K, all these people. And it's so weird is, if you need someone else to confirm dates and stuff like that, that's on you. You should know in your heart what's happening. You shouldn't have to be like, okay, so when's it going to happen? When's it going to happen? Like in this, that is totally in fear. That is totally in panic mode. Somebody fix it. Somebody fix it. Give me a date. Tell me what's happening, because that's crazy. You have to trust. You have to know in your heart what's happening, and that we are in this shift. We're ending this horrible matrix that we were in is ending, and we're starting a different one, and we're in this transition. So all these things are happening, and you can see the things happening, moving us in that direction. We're on the trajectory. We're going that way. But people, they can't believe, they can't trust, they've got to blame others, they've got to attack others and stuff like that. It just makes me think that's not very, spiritually progressive. This is about getting in touch with your own higher self. This is about trust. It's about faith. It's about trusting God, and knowing we're going into this other reality that's better for human beings. And all these people that are like, oh, you said this was going to happen on this day and it didn't, so you're a piece of shit and you're a liar and stuff. It's like, what in the fuck is wrong with people? I can't believe people. I mean, we're breaking away from a system where we've given all of our control over to these other people. That's what you're still doing. If you're wanting someone to make you feel better by giving you a date, that's on you. And there is no way to give an absolute date when we're in the process. It's happening. Like even when you're giving birth, the doctor, okay, so I would say probably in about 12 minutes we'll have a baby. They don't. You can't give exact things when this action is in motion. You're just in it, and you just go with the flow, and you just trust that how things are going to turn out. It's so crazy. That really got to me all day. Him when he was talking, and he was answering questions or something, like the chat is going, and he was answering people, and how much negative shit. It's like, oh my God, people, this isn't about poor you or it's not about any of the bullshit. It's the whole thing. This whole thing is changing. We are changing the entire world. And people want to know what time. Time is an illusion. It's a manufactured construct these people created. So there is no, give us the day and time. Oh man. I it's weird because I really, especially from the time I was little, hearing them talking and being connected and understanding stuff and them telling me things, and, I just thought everybody was getting the same. And now, especially to be in this place where we are right now and to see the differences, it's mind-boggling. I had no idea, and then it, when you know that you know stuff that other people don't know, that it's part of your journey to share it, to try and help people know it and understand it, because what would be the reason? What would be the reason? for me to know some of this stuff if it wasn't for me to share it. So, and you know, when my journey first began, and I was, you know, I've said it went in multiple parts, and you know, when it very first went, I just had to totally deal with the brain injury and the loss of identity and the loss of my things and having to start over and having to relearn everything, you know, having to try and re-understand everything. I mean, life on a totally different, you know, it was totally different from the life I was living. And it was forced, you know. It was something that abruptly happened to me, which, by the way, don't forget that the guy who had initiated this, you know, the brain, the guy who started it, I mean, there was a bunch of people who continued it, but the guy who started it, don't forget where he ended up, in the burn pile, completely, what is that word? I forgot all of a sudden. Not just decapitated, but completely cut into pieces in the burn pile at the end of his driveway that his son put him in. Hold on. Climb over. Dismembered. That's the word. Completely dismembered in the burn pile. Because, you know, if you're a shitty person, you can get a shitty outcome, I guess. You know? So, but, you know, when I had to start with that stuff, I can't remember at that point. I think I was watching a lot of stuff about disclosure and, like watching, stuff about that. And then, she's having such a bad time. Just go up there and lay down or lay on that bed I made you. You gotta rest more. It's the only way your legs are gonna stop hurting. You gotta lay down. Stella, you gotta go lay down. I know it hurts, baby girl. Hold on, I'll just finish back in a sec.